Hello and welcome to the top 20 quiz of the Formula Everybody Loves Raymond. Are you ready? Let's get on with it. For 9 seasons, pretty much Everybody Loves Raymond. But how well do you really know this Barone family, the famous TV show? Well, I'm going to test your knowledge. That's it. The test your knowledge of the Umley quiz of the icon sitcom. Now, do you remember this TV show? Well, I've got some fun questions for you. Only 20. So let's get on with some fun intro. So think you know that Ray, Debra, Robert, Frank, and Maria? We got that 20 questions covering the show biggest laugh and the most memorized moments. Now do have 10 seconds, so you'll see that 10 seconds on after the mod. There will be mainly multiple questions. So you've got that 10 seconds. Now you only got one answer. You just put that on pen and paper. Now, before we get in deeply, thank you for those who have subscribed, like so many fun quizzes on here on this channel, and as well the other sport commitments I've been doing here on this channel. As well, the most iconic is that watch time. This goal is just struggling, and in my regards, if you can do this, I want to let you know that there is a live coming here on this channel. So stay tuned for that. It is now, if it's gone and after I record this, well, you know what I mean about this, but get ready for some fun. Back to this quiz. Here we go. So, before we really dive into this for this quiz, keep your score. Let us know in the comments down below. Ready? Let's get it started. Have some fun. That's all that matters. All right, good luck. Here is your first question. Let's start some very beginning. The show total came from a real life castle. Comments made by Ray, Barone, brother. What was the quote? Nobody tells Raymond what to do. Everybody loves Raymond. Look who it is, Mr. Big Shot. Wherever Raymond wants, Raymond gets. Some really good answers, but if you know this answer, good luck. So the correct answer is Everybody Loves Raymond, a pretty obvious and pretty simple question. So Raymond, the real life brother, was a New York Police Department sergeant, which based on the real part of it, who would complain that while he was out facing danger, Ray was getting famous for telling jokes. He sarcastic says, "Everybody loves Raymond," and the one line was all it took to title a literacy sitcom. So you remember that. That's an interesting question and very much what Everyone Loves Raymond. It makes sense, that one. Wherever Raymond wants, Raymond gets. That's part of that. And it doesn't make it too much. But so if you got B, Everybody Loves Raymond, well done. Okay, question number 2. Here we go. Sliding into Everybody Loves Raymond, as we mentioned, that was a ratings tallying for its Thai run. How many seasons and did this thing project? So it's an 8-season, 195 episodes, 10 seasons, 225 episodes. C, 9 seasons, 210, or 7 with 7 seasons, 180. But a D answer. Your time starts now. Well, you got C. It's 9 seasons. Well done. 210 is even a bonus part. So, from debuting in 1996 and the final in 2005, the show was a story of CBS, proving it struggled 15 Emmy Awards and created 210 episodes that have been playing in Canton ever since. So a pretty good history information. Well, you got C, 9 seasons, 210 episodes. Well done. Here is your third and question. So Peter Blanc was laid from Frank Barone, a pretty playing that grumpy character, right before his audition that put him in the perfect foul mode to land the role. Alright, so A is he got into a argument with the casting director. He got lost on the studio lot and was angry he had to audition. C, the writers told him he wasn't right for the part. Well, and it's D, he was served cold coffee in the waiting room. Well, let's find out after the 10 seconds on your clock starting now. Well, if you got B, you're correct. He actually got lost on the studio lot and was angry he had to audition. So already a known movies actor, Peter Blanc, arrived at his audition. So this actor was in the first Christmas Santa Claus with Tim Allen. So literally a bit who he was. So generally engaged after getting lost and being annoyed that he even had to read for the part. That in terms of frustration was exactly the energy producers want for Frank Barone, and he was cast almost impossible. So you got the correct answer B. Well done. Okay, episode 4. Well, question number 4. And what is the anchor the show most famous and best episode Robert introduced his new girlfriend to the family, who then horribly everyone by eating a fly? What was the title of this icon episode? Is it A, The Frog Lady, Robert State, She's the One, A Date with Destiny? Here we go. You got correct answers. She's the one. In this classic season 7 episode, Robert brings home his surprising dream girl, Angela. The family watches in horror as she carries and calmly eats a fly that lands on her food. It's impossible and forgettable most in sitcom history. A bit disgusting in a way, but I would totally remember when Robert has to get out of her apartment that in soaking wet. Absolute one of the classic sitcoms in history. Here we go with well, question number 5. Maria and Debra's passive aggressive war hit a forever pinch in that episode where Maria assesses with Debra of never returning a very important kitchen item. What was the object at the center of this conflated? Is it A Tupperware container, a silver label, a accessory canister, or D, a cancer pie dish? If you got the correct answer, C, a simulment Custer, that is the correct answer. So in this title, the Custer Maria wages philosophy wavered on Debra. Inspired, she's never returned a Custer that Maria crushes, really savoured a gift. So the confident escaped until it receives Maria's had it all along, proving just how far she would go to be right. So hopefully you enjoy much as I am. Make sure you give this a like so much. Hopefully you enjoy the Everybody Loves Raymond Top 20 quiz. Make sure you subscribe. hit that notification. Hopefully you're watching so much, share and all that. Much appreciate. Let's get into question number 6. Ray Marone's career, so the person who played Raymond, skyrocketed after on key TV apparently catches the eye of a late night host, leading director to his sitcom deal. What was it? So, in a matter of fact, which show was it? Was it Tonight Show with J. Lloyd? Saturday Night Live, that late night was David Letterman? Or D, the Rose O'Donnell Show? If you got the late night show with David Letterman, that is correct. So after Remode performed a step-up set, after Marone performed a stand-up set on the late show, David Letterman was so impressed that his product company, Worldwide Pants Impresses reached out. The deal for Everybody Loves Raymond was the place within a week. One of the fastest sitcoms developments ever. Pretty impressive when you don't know this information. I'm just love sharing this information to you because this was one of my all-time really top 5 favorite TV series. All right, let's get into question number 7. Which, while his family provided most of the comedy, Ray's job offers led its own set of hilarious problems. What did Ray Marone did for a living? Sportscaster, sports writer, sports agent, or PE teacher? If you got the correct answer of obviously a sports writer, you know the show more than I am, which I love. Well, Roy worked as a sports writer for newspaper for Newsday. This was a part of his character, allowing him to travel and meet famous athletes, which often led to a funny sitcom which his client family lived collecting with his work. Pretty impressive to be in a major role and then something that he loves his sports growing up. That's what the character loved. And this was a famous TV show and pretty popular as well. Here we go. We're on almost the halfway mark. We're on the 8th question. Here we go. The show was famous for its painful real destiny explosion of the agreement. Apparently, what percentage of the show storyline was taken directly from the writer's real lives? So we got A 50%, B 75%, with C 90%, or D 100%. Here we go. You got C 90%. It's quite a high. Curators and its disposal procedures. Phil Rosehan has said that the whole whopping 90% of the story came from the real lives of Ray Marone, which is pretty impressive at 100%. And the writer's staff, he famously took a agreement he had with his own wife and put the director in the script sometime word for word. That's pretty impressive. 9% of his actual live came on Everybody Loves Raymond. So pretty impressive. Here we go. We're on the ninth question. Here we go. Robert was famously pursued for off his police uniform, but his real lucky charm was specially suit he worn for a big occasion. What happened to the suit in the episode Lucky Suit? A. Ray spills spaghetti on it. B. Maria apparently burns a hole in it. C. Frank wears it to the lodge without asking. Or D. The dry cleaners lose it. So pretty B. Maria apparently burn a hole in it while eyeing it for Robbie's big FBI interview. Maria scullers a hole right through his lucky suits, was the name of the episode. Drawing in grout, she machines down to the FBI office to explain the sitcom solution to Robert's interviewer, creating a classic Maria center for attention. Let's just say that. The absolute classic episode that trying to fix something for his son, and unfortunately, this not. Unfortunately, it didn't go. But it's a matter way of being classic Maria. We made it. We are halfway. Here's your 10th question. Here we go. It's hard to manage anyone but Patra Harton as he played Debra Barone, the mother of three, a husband to Raymond, but the network first chose for the role was very famous comedy actress. Who was it? Lady Louise Dumfries, Tina Fey, Catherine Johnson, or Jay Curtin? If you got the C, well, not in the way of D, Jay Curtin, that is the correct answer. So the network offered the role of Debra to a legend, Jay Curtin from Saturday Night Live, and third, Rock from the Sun. She passed on the role, and producers went with Patrick Harton, who is Ray Marone, have been pushing for all along. So how amazing that an actress that Ray wanted absolutely, and she was perfect. Debra, that was the perfect Debra, hardworking housewife. And yeah, there you go. Here we go. Your 11th question. Here we go. The life often it's fun art. And that was definitely true on the set of Raymond, the actress who played Amy McDoodle, Robert's longtime girlfriend. What a story that is for between those two, between Robert and Amy on the show. An evil wife is married to someone very important behind the scenes. Who is it? Is it Ray Marone, Brad Garrett, Peter Belong, or Phil Rosemont, the show creator? The correct answer is Phil Rosehahn, the show creator. So Monica Hahn, who played Amy, is married to a series creator to the series creator Phil Rosehahn. She often desired the sensory experience of having a real life agreement with her husband, only to see it to pop up in a script a few weeks later. Here we go, your 12th question. In the 10th anniversary, Ray has to make a huge romantic get to it after Debra. It covers his commitment. A Candace scene. What did he apparently tape over their wedding anniversary with? A Knicks game. The 1991 Super Bowl, a best of golf tournament. That's another storyline of the show. A monster truck rally. If he got B, the 1991 Super Bowl. Debra was destination, was frustration, furious to find out the Queer's wedding tape has been replaced by a football game to make it up to her. Ray stages a touching recreate of their wedding reception in their living room, leading to one of the best, sweetest moments. All right, your 13th question. Every character on the show had their cracks, but Robert had presentation stage 1. What was the buzzing habit while eating? He smelled everything prior of his food. He agreed he food by color. He touches his phone on his chin before eating it. He would only use a spoon, never a fork. If he got the correct answer of he was touching his food to his chin before eating it. So the famous character tick because of running a gig. Wherever Robert was about to take a bite, he would lightly tap the forkful of food against his chin before putting it in his mouth. It was a perfect, quickly detail that made his character even more memorable. Classic. Here we go, your 14th question. The show often including Ray Marone, real family in a small role. His actual father, Albert Barone, made service apparently. What recording role did he play? A mailman on Ray Street, a customer at Pizza Parlor, a friend of Frank's from the lodge, a actor of Ray's stand-up gig. All right, this is interesting. A friend of Frank's from the lodge, Albert Barone, apparently in service episodes as one of Frank Barone's buddies from the lodge, almost named Albert. He was a fun noon to the family that inspires the entire series. Pretty interesting to know about that. Here's your 15th question. Here we go. Ray could find comfort anywhere, even with a group of young girls. In the episode, Cookies, Ray gets into a fun tour war with the impossible tutor leader of Allie's Fawn Girls. What were they complaining over? The best recipe of all Ray's cookies? Is it the best location for selling cookies? Who could build a better Portwood better car? Or D, the lead role into the Truth Talent show? Okay, so if you swing into B, the best location selling cookies. So Ray goes head to head with our foreman Peggy. Oh boy, what a scene this was. After she set up with her daughters cookie stand right in front of the grocery store where Ray plans to start Allie's cookies. The battle for the prime reel escape, it spirals into all of out of war. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness, we're almost there. In 2003, the supporters cast staged a walkout, demanding a larger price of the show. Massively profit. What did Ray Marone do to help end this sales mate? So A, he refused to work until they get a new deal. He possibly criticized the studio. He offered to take personal pay cuts to free up money. Or D, he threatened to quit the show. So if he got the C, he offered to take personal cuts to free up money. Pretty impressive. The supporter cast held out for a better share of the show, similar profits. To help resource the destiny, Ray Marone, who was already the highest paid sitcom actor, agreed to give up a portion of his own salary. The cast got the raise and everyone went back to work. That is just very generous to do that. And that's what people are so, that's what good community does and why the show was so successful. But yeah, 9 years, and that would be very sad if the show was to end at that time. But it continued another 2 seasons, and that's pretty impressive. So we're almost up there. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Here's your 17th question on your screen. Here we go. For the 9 seasons, so we answered that already. We all know it's 9 seasons. We watched the Barone kids grow up on our screens. What is the name of Ray and Debra's daughter? Is it Amy, Allie, and Anna, or Ashley? Now, before I give you this answer, there was at times in this quiz up to now, you may have an idea of this answer. Well, if you got B. Ali, you're correct. So Ali Barone, the earliest child and only daughter of Ray and Debra. She was played for the entire run of the show by actress Madeleine Swinton. There we go. Okay, here is your 18th question. Here we go. Ellie, we just found out, who was joined by the two younger brothers. Now, interesting is, who were the contestants of course? What are the names of Ray and Debra's twin sons? Is it Matthew Mark, Michael Jeffrey, Stephen and Georgie, or John and James? Now, there was a son named Matthew, but the actual answer is Michael and Jeffrey. The twin boys were famous played by Marilyn Switzerland's real life younger brothers, Serverly and Xavier Switzerland, making their on screen sync-born destiny fed even more accountantly. So, pretty impressive information. All right, your 19th question. Here we go. We're bouncing into Peter Barone. Apparently battled his health issues during the show. Run in 1999. He suffered a issue medical event on set, but was back to work in about a week. A testimony of to his tongueless. What happened? He broke his leg. He had a heart attack. he had a stroke or he had apparently attack. Well, he had a stroke. That's the correct answer. So Barone suffered a stroke on set, but reserved his recombinant speed recovery. Wanted to get back to work as quick as possible. He didn't want his health interfering with his legacy performance as Frank Barone. Impressive. We made it. 20th question, 20 questions complete. Right on your screen with series 2 questions. Here we go. In a two-part final series, the family is thrown into a panic when Ray he to undertaken a comet but procedure risk surgery. What percent did he had? He had did he have to have his tonsils removed? His pound his Vonk or Lantern or his partially removed. So here we go. Your 10 seconds starts now for the final time here on the Everybody Loves Raymond Top 20 quiz. Well, for the final, he had the B, appendix. Ray needed his appendix removed, and a brief competition during the surgery sent Marie, Frank, and Robert into complete meltdown, feeling the worst. It was a perfect final storyline, bleeding horrible fear and the whole love of the family, love of the family. Now, you know what Marie will do? Absolutely hug his son on set was a bit over the bizarre. And that was really, and everyone just came together in the kitchen to finish the episode. And it was a fantastic way to finish the series. You know, there was a different son name of as well from one of the, you know, about the Ali and the two twins. There was a different name and then it moved into Michael Jeffrey. So there you have it. Well, there you go. It's time to wrap it up. How much you enjoy? Well, guess what? How do you know much about the Barones? How classic are they on your time watching this? Did you get lost away to the audition? Put your scores down, comments down below. Love to hear. Go get challenge your friends and family and all your get all. Where's your best one? Simple, multiple questions. Just write A, B, C, D and your 10 seconds before that, you can't answer that, will be cheating. So, ha ha ha. Or actually, did you get your pen and paper before and your cup of tea and your water and your bickies and all that? So, hope you all had that. So, if you had fun, and most of the time you had fun, well, hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that notification here. Make sure you hit that like and enjoy watching as much as possible as we get this goal of 3,000. Don't make sure stay tuned as we if you after this is even this live is complete or beforehand this quiz is out. Make sure you keep be aware that we are going live very soon. Keep your eye out on all social medias as well. Well, thanks for playing. See you on the next quiz. BJ shows out. Thanks for playing. Peace.